I'm Dave. I'm a sort of coordinator for the Epping Forest Transport Action Group, and I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Right, thank you for coming along. The reason we called this little rally today is, firstly, it's the launch of the Catch the Bus week, which is to encourage people to catch a bus. If you normally get a car to work, just pick one day of the week where you catch the bus instead. Partly to get people to using public transport more, and partly just to prove to local authorities that if they provide the facilities, people will and can use them. Something specifically that's come up very recently is a proposal from Essex County Council to cut their support for the 250 and 251 bus routes. That would leave no buses through Waltham Abbey after 7:30. So if you work in Waltham Cross in packing in the warehouse and finish your shift at 10, then you live in Loughton, you won't be able to get home. If you fancy a pint in Loughton and live in Waltham Abbey, you'd have to make sure you leave at about 7. It's a nonsense. Students at schools who have after school activities, anything that finishes after about 7, that's out the window. So we've got an online petition, we've got a paper petition kicking about, and we've been encouraging people to complete the consultation which finishes today. So after this rally, if you haven't already, nip back home, log in and complete the consultation, because the more responses they get, the harder it is for them to ignore them. We're pretty sure that they've had more responses than anticipated, which is always good. But yeah, basically anything you can do to sort of help keep the pressure on them will help. Out of interest, speaking of the consultation, how many people here found out about the consultation from Essex County Council directly?
No.
Nobody, okay. How many people found out about the consultation from a campaigning organisation?
Yes.
That's pretty much all of you. Right, that says a lot in itself, I think. The council really don't go out of their way to publicise these. They ask the buses to put posters up on their buses. That's it. So if you don't catch the bus that week, there's no way you would know about it. Now, yesterday there was an open day at Copt Hall. There was the Epping Town Show. There were no buses to Copt Hall that I could see, from Waltham Abbey particularly. And the buses to Epping, there's one every 2 hours. If they want people to go to these events, which are fine events, they really need to give people a way to get there. You know, we don't all drive, we don't all want to drive, we can't necessarily all drive. There's a lot of older people, there's people with mobility issues, and there are people like myself who just don't want to pollute any more than we have to, so just choose not to drive. It's really very important that these services are protected. Essex County Council's own highways site says that they contribute to the County Council's outcomes, which are: children in Essex get the best start in life, people in Essex enjoy good health and well-being, people have aspiration to achieve their ambitions through education, training and lifelong learning, people in Essex live in safe communities and protected from harm, sustainable economic growth for Essex communities and businesses, people in Essex experience a high quality and sustainable environment, people in Essex can live independently and exercise control over their lives. All of those things are things that public transport ties directly into. Whether it's employment, whether it's getting people to shops, whether it's a social life, whether it's stopping people feeling isolated, all of those things directly relate to public transport. And yet, out of the, £208 million that Essex County Council has available for highways, only 31 is going to passenger transport. So, that's something to think on. Now, it has to be said, we can't really campaign against cuts per se. Essex County Council's having their budget cut from central government funding by 84% to 2020. They're going from something like 118 million to 1.8. We can't really campaign against that, particularly because Epping Forest just voted in Ellen Lang on a 64% majority again. So cuts are what Epping Forest votes for. So we can't campaign against those, really. But what we can do is campaign to get the money reallocated to places where it would be more useful, and also just to encourage the County Council and the District Council to do more to promote bus use. You know, have little special offers for people to catch the bus, help keep the prices lower, and have a properly integrated bus service. Now, if if you, for example, were to get a train into Walton Cross on a Sunday, you'll find that the buses back through Walton Abbey to Loughton leave 10 minutes before that train gets in. So you've got an hour to wait for the next one. Might be 2 hours actually. Now that's a very simple thing to get right. So we just need to say to them, look, can you please sort this out? So I'm prattling on a little bit here. I'm going to hand over in a moment to Deanna for the Campaign for Better Transport. He'll tell you a bit more about Campaign for Better Transport and Save Our Buses campaign and the Capture the Bus to Work week. But again, please, if you can, complete the petition, complete the consultation if you get a chance. Sign up to our website for newsletters, because when we're doing many, but we do keep them out. And if you can get involved in the Epping Forest Transport Action Group, please let us know. Thank you. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you, Dave.